because of the sword that Yah has sent among them. Okay? Esau, through his economic and religious systems and ideologies, which are snares and traps, okay, has driven the nations mad. Mad meaning they become arrogant and prideful. Okay? Arrogant and prideful. And you, many of you out there, I'm sure you heard that proverb, if you or you heard this saying, pride goeth before a fall. All right? Also in chapter 50, Jeremiah verse 36, a sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. So if you're a liar, you're going to dote. Dote means to be weak-minded. So therefore you can be trapped up into these snares and traps more easily. Okay? Because most people are not genuine. Okay? They're disingenuous. They're false. They put on a false show of pride, arrogance, and condescension. Okay, now, as we've spoken of before in previous shows, in Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 38, a drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up. Again, America's been in a drought now almost 20 years, and it's serious, critical. You don't have to believe me. If you just go down to Georgia, go to Florida, go to Tennessee, go to California, go to Denver or Colorado, okay, Arizona, some of those places over in there, okay, they got a critical situation of water. Alabama, okay. So that prophecy there, you can see that's been fulfilled. Says, for it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. Prideful about their idols. That's why I get the looks I get, because people have seen these shows. And I get the looks that I get when I'm out now, because they've seen these shows and heard what is being said with Yah bringing his words out of my mouth in truth, straight out of this book, as you can see. And like I said, you can go into the book and verify these passages. Okay, now another one. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 58, the people shall labor in vain, and the folk in the fire, and they shall be weary. That's why you got people now working 2 and 3, 4 jobs, and they still, it's not enough, because we're in hyperinflation. The dollar's almost worthless. Nobody outside America wants the dollar. You got vendors here, you got people with business, they don't even want the dollar. They'd rather for you to use a credit card. I've been told this by people with businesses, okay? Nobody wants that dollar, and you basically in a state of musical chairs, because when this music is winding down, when it stops, all the people who's got these dollars, okay, you're going to have just a lot of worthless paper, okay, and they're going to crash it on Obama's watch. That's why they put him in here, to put this dark face on it. They're going to do a lot of things under Obama. They're going to put a dark face on it, okay. So again, you know, people had this hope about the daughter of Babylon, United States of America. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 9, we would have healed Babylon. You've heard a lot of this since Obama's been elected president, right? Got hope. People got hope. They crying. They all in a hoopla. They all the jubilant. Okay, especially my people, all right, but she is not healed. She cannot be healed. This cannot be healed, all right. That's why, just look at this thing logically, that's why you see these corporate owners, the sons of Esau, basically the Illuminati, House of Rothschild, and some of these other ones, you know, the Pillsburys, the Russells, the so on and so forth, these families, DuPonts, none of them are up there with the Rothschilds, okay. But nevertheless, you see these different corporations, they're all packing up, leaving. And this government rewards corporations for leaving here. They give them all kind of breaks. All right, I just read that the other day. So they're not staying here, because this is the fall of this country. What made America great? America was made great because of what it produced. All the nations in the earth used to buy American products. Now, America is the biggest, greatest debtor nation on the planet. It's banned from all the other nations. Why? Because all the corporations that used to be based here are gone. That's why they're called the international bankers. They have no allegiance to this country at all. Okay? All that's a bunch of poppycock that they feed the people. They want the people to be patriotic. They're not patriotic to this country. Okay? And again, let me make plain. Yah said he was bringing a sword upon the nations of the earth. Esau carries the sword. He lives by it. Go into Genesis 27, you'll see his blessing. He was to live by his sword. He's the one that came over here in these companies, these international companies, the British East India Company, the French East India Company, the Dutch East India Company, and established this side of the world because he knew this was over here. The monarchies didn't. The Europeans didn't. They thought the world was flat. You go so far in the water, you fall off. But Esau knew it wasn't. He established this. Okay? And like it says in the prophecy in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and various other places, Yah said to the nation of Israel, you understand, he would scatter us into the lands of our enemies. Okay? And that's where those three tribes that were scattered to the west, Lewi, the Levites, Benjamin, and Yahudah, Judah. It's where we were scattered. And remember, in those three was and is Jerusalem, the capital arm of the nation of Israel. The movement that Yah works through. And that's what this movement is. It's the arm of Yah that he works through. As it's written in the book of Remembrance. Yah, our righteousness. YHWH Jeremiah chapter 23. And when, as I said on the very first show we did in August of 2006, which was a fulfillment of prophecy in chapter 33, Isaiah, because at that time when that first show that we did here on Viewpoint aired, August of 2006, the descendants of Esau, as it was spoken of in the 33rd chapter of Isaiah, were in Lebanon, hewing it down, destroying it, bombing it. Okay? Indiscriminately. And that's when Yah lifted himself up. And that's what it's talking about in that 33rd chapter of Isaiah. Now, just for these people who go into Jeremiah 50 and 51, okay, and the latter part of the 25th chapter of Jeremiah, and also the 13th and the 14th and 47th chapter of Isaiah, which we're going to read a little bit from in this segment. And if people tell you, well, that happened in old Babylon, that's not true, okay? Because old Babylon was taken over, as we said on previous shows. It was taken over by the Medes and the Persians. There is the Mede, the Midian, as it says in Daniel chapter 5 at the end, was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans by Cyrus the Great. So it was taken over. It wasn't destroyed. But the prophecy on this Babylon, United States of America today, it specifically says in chapter 50, Jeremiah, YHWH, verses 39 and 40, there shall no man abide there forever. It shall be destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, verse 26, she shall be destroyed totally. Let nothing of her be left. And that's what's going to happen to this country. It's just that simple. Now, you see here, again, when the treasure was robbed, now they you know, you got many people talk about silver and gold. The gold rush, you see that? Gold rush. All right? Many people are talking about silver and gold. But silver and gold, as we said on the previous show, is not going to save you. All right? Our forefathers, as it was stated in chapter 7, Ezekiel, verse 19, they had plenty of silver and gold. But it didn't save them because they were iniquitous. They were wicked in the sight of Yah. You can't buy your way out of Yah's judgment. Okay? And for all you people out there who are poo-pooing what I'm saying,